DMTUS, 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 DMTUS.
It's your boy Biddy, Low-Thin, Pigpen Records, Jake Nick. We in here and we locked in to Mr. Titan Show. 931-217. Stand up. Let's get it.
Everyone. On this week's episode, we'll talk about our first preseason game, which was a loss versus the Bears. Who was better, Malik Willis or Will Levis? Mr. Tighten Up will break it down. We'll also talk about our second preseason game versus the Vikings. I'm your co-host, Jill the Thrill, and the Mr. Tighten Up show starts right now.
What's up, everyone? I'm Bree Teeley from News Channel 2, and you're watching the Mr. Tighten Up show.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up, tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
All right, y'all, man, it feels amazing to see our boys back on the field again. As y'all know, the score was 23-17. The Bears won. Malik Willis got the start. He was 16 out of 25 for 189 yards, 1 interception, and he also ran the ball in for a touchdown. Now, we'll talk about that interception in a minute, so y'all hold on. Will Levis came in after him. He was 9 out of 14, 85 yards, and 1 interception. Now, let's talk about the running backs. Spears, baby, the one that I've been telling y'all, man, that I'm so excited to see. Hey, he didn't disappoint. He came in, he had 6 attempts for 32 yards, and his longest run was 14 yards. Haskins came in with 6 attempts, 12 yards, and 1 touchdown. And Chestnut, he had 7 attempts for 46 yards. Now let's talk a little bit about the defense. Caleb Murphy, he came in with 3 tackles and a sack. Chance Campbell came in with 3 tackles, and Trey Avery came in at the beginning of the game. As y'all see, he had that INT, that interception. But I want to talk about Willis and Levis. That's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about these cats real quick because some plays happened in the game where, speaking of the first half, first quarter, Malik came in with a prove. Y'all know he had a point to prove after last season, man. And like I always have said, that you can't judge that man from that O-line that he was going against last year. And as you can see, an improvement. This is just the first game. As we all know, this is just the first game. But still, it's an improvement. Now, the interception wasn't Malik's fault at all. Not at all. So, Wiley, that was his chance to catch the ball, and he didn't catch it, and it flicked off his hand, and Chicago Bears defender caught it, and it was an interception. But hands down, that wasn't Malik's fault. Levis came in, got sacked. I mean, we got an arm on him. We can see that he do have an arm on him. But my opinion, just by judging for this first game, I think Malik got that one. Now, the only difference between the two that I feel like Levis had the upper hand on Malik was the fact that when Levis got popped, Levis was always able to control the ball. He never fumbled the ball. Willis, he fumbled. But he recovered, but he fumbled. But still, that's the only difference that I see in the game between the two. That's the only thing that I see Levis had the upper hand on Malik was just because of that. Otherwise than that, Malik had it. Both quarterbacks had the chance to win the game at the end of the quarter, the fourth quarter. Malik, he overthrew twice. My opinion, I felt like he should have ran, but see, that's the thing about it. They're trying to keep him as a pocket quarterback. And as we know that he's not a pocket quarterback, I mean, like I said, this is still the first game. It's only just preseason, but still, I feel like they should still let that man play the way that he plays. I mean, at the end of the day, that's why y'all draft this man. That's the only reason why y'all draft this man, because of the abilities that he can do outside of the pocket. It was opportunities in that last play where Malik could have took flight and ran that ball in. He could have ran that in and scored the winning touchdown by himself. But we know how that goes. But that's the only difference I see between it. Oh, well, that's the only thing that I see that Levis had the upper hand on Malik was just because of the fact he was able to hold the ball when he got popped. But we're going to see how this all turns out because, we got this next game against the Vikings. I think they'll probably have Levis start this time since Malik started the first game. And we're going to see how this play out. But it's getting real interesting between the two, man, because my opinion, I just don't see them keeping both quarterbacks. I don't see us having three quarterbacks. I really don't see us having three quarterbacks. But we'll see how that turn out, though. But this game against the Vikings is going to really prove who's going to have the upper hand. That's just my opinion. But in general, it's good. It feels good to see our boys back out there on the field. That was a good preseason game, man. It really was. It really came down to the end. But if they could have just either one of the quarterbacks, if either one of them, like I said, both of them had the opportunity to win the game, and both of them failed. So it just makes it more interesting to see how this is going to turn out against the game against the Vikings, man. The Vikings also coming off a loss. They lost last week to the Seahawks. So we'll see how this turned out. But it just feels good to see our boys back out there, man. It really do. Football is back, baby. Hey, man, couldn't even be more happier, man. So we're going to go ahead and get into the intermission, and I'll be right back. You watching the Mr. Tighten Up Show, baby? Let's go.
Hi, you guys. It's your girl, Bria. I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and you all are watching my cousin, Mr. Tighten Up Show. Tune in.
DMTUS,
As y'all know, tomorrow night we got a game against. Well, our boys got to travel on the road again to go play the Minnesota Vikings in the second preseason game of the year. It should be a good game. We should get a whole lot of answers from which quarterback will have the upper hand going into the third game. The third preseason game, the third and final preseason game, which is against the New England Patriots at home at Nissan Stadium, baby. So, we'll see how that turned out and everything. But as y'all know, man, we getting closer and closer to the real deal, baby. We get to see D-Hop. We get to see everybody, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that means something in this team, man. Real talk, man, because we got to redeem ourselves from last season, man. That was ridiculous. The way that we ended the season, man, I feel like we need to go on a winning streak. We need to make a statement off top. This is all it is to it, off top. I really love this running back duo that we got right now between Shaka and Spears. Man, I feel like Spears is going to be a big help, man. I really feel like Spears is going to be a real big help as long as he can stay healthy. As long as he can stay healthy, I really feel like he's going to be a real big help coming off the bench for Shaka. And, of course, we can't forget about our boy, Big Chig, you know what I mean? Like, everybody got their eyes set on D-Hop, but, hey, like I said, they're going to forget about Burks, and then they're going to forget about Big Chig. And that's their opportunity to step up as well, too. Just saying. But I'm really happy about our offense. I want to see a little bit more on our O-line. I need to see some more about that. You know, I need to see more on the O-line. But if that O-line is an improvement, I'm gonna tell you right now, baby. Hey, I feel like we're gonna be the number one seed again, man. I feel like that number one seed, and I ain't just talking about the AFC South as the number one. I'm talking about the whole entire AFC. I feel like, man, we're gonna get that number one spot again. If everybody can stay healthy. Just saying. But yeah, man, I thank y'all so much for taking the time to watch the show, man. It really means a lot to me. And I know y'all happy that our boys is back on the field. So I'm gonna see y'all next week, all right? Until next week, man, y'all already know what it is with your boy, baby. Tighten up. Let's get tight, tough. Hey, man, Vikings, man, you about to go there, man. That's all it is, too. We're going to get our first preseason game up. You already know what it is. Tighten up, baby.
Tighten up when on the field. Catch the play-by-play from Boone. He's the one that sealed the deal. Bring the crowd to pack the seats.